guys, it's Brian at Sign Me Up Designs again, and today I'm going to combine two things that I love doing, graphic design and motorcycles. So in the last video we put this tour pack on this 2011 Yamaha Striker, and today we're actually going to modify it a little bit more to make it just a touch cooler and a touch more unique. Alright, so I'm going to go over real quick what we're working with here. Got some 3M Design Line knifeless tape. If you don't know what knifeless tape is, you really need to check it out. It's really good for applying graphics and like custom stuff. Just got some regular double-sided tape here. Got this design that I drew up using the Yamaha logo, just a cool font for the Striker. And then the website here, obviously, for the YouTube channel, which is pretty cool. And the cool part about this whole thing is this. This is called an ElectroLuminescent panel. And what it is basically just a flat piece of paper. When you hook the positive and negative to 12 volts, it actually lights up the whole sheet of paper. In this case, it'll be like a tealish blue color. I wanted to do white, but the panel that was actually a white light was pink, not white. And I just think it would have looked kind of weird when if it was off and pink. So we went with this blue color instead. Alright, so my idea here is to mount this little EL panel right here on the back of the tour pack, somewhere centered just like that, and then to take this design and cover up that panel so the only light that shines through are the white sections of where you see this decal right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie into the wiring for my little LED lights. When you press this little switch here, you can see that I got a few little LED lights that shine all over the bike. So I'm going to tie into that same circuit for the LED lights, so whenever I turn those lights on, this will light up as well. So to do that, I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to use this knifeless tape, and I'm going to make a border around this outside of the recessed area right here. We're going to double-sided tape the EL panel across the middle right here just to kind of hold it in place. And then we're going to take that decal and apply it over the top of that EL panel. Then once that's done, we're going to pull all that knifeless tape off, and it should form nicely in this one section right here. So after we do that, I'm going to drill a small little hole right here in this section. As you can see, there's a little bit of a gap. And I'm going to let the wires come through for that and then kind of run the wiring down here somewhere. I haven't totally figured that out yet. But first things first, let's get this panel mounted and get the knifeless tape set up around this outline. Let me get you guys in here kind of close. So this knifeless tape, what it has is a small little filament on the inside, right? I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, a little filament on the inside of that green tape. And it's a wire filament, and what you do is once you lay the vinyl over the top of this area that you want it to lay on top of, instead of using an X-Acto knife and risk cutting up the inside of this plastic piece, this acts as kind of like a razor blade or like a thin knife, and you just pop it and it just follows the contour of the vinyl all the way around. So anyway, I got this panel mounted up here. I'm going to cut this end off right here, drill a small little hole, and maybe get some tape and kind of secure this down. Again, the vinyl that we're going to put on top is going to secure all this stuff down a little bit better anyway. Alright, so I got my design masked off here. I'm going to go ahead and stick it on this tour pack and see what we're looking like. Alright, round one was a total fail. I was definitely too far up on this design. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out again and see if we can make it right the second time. Alright, round two, here we go. Alright, so we've got to put it on there. It looks really good. I think it's going to turn out pretty cool whenever we're done. So the plan is to run a wire down here and maybe right along this hinge where you can't really see it, and then up over into here somewhere. I don't want to drill any holes in here. I'm just going to run the wire up over the top and maybe down here, and we'll kind of cover it up so you can't really tell what's going on. Maybe in the corner. I don't know yet. So let's get this cover pulled off and see what we have to work with. Alright, I got my liner out here. It's going to be perfect. I'm going to take this wire and just run it down this way, extend it down a little bit. And it's actually got a couple holes right here in the bottom. I'm just going to fish them down through there. And then I'm actually going to use this as a quick connect. This is a pretty cool thing for trailers, but I use them a lot in quick release applications. These things are only like $3, I think. So these are great for running quick release connectors. All right, fast forward about 2 hours, got all the wiring and everything done. So what I did was I just ran this is called expandable wire loom. It's actually way better than that plastic wire loom. It's very sleek and it's kind of the new age, and I just kind of like taped up over all this, you know, wiring here so you can't really see it. So, you know, if you get up close, you can kind of see a little bit of the imperfections here, but that's not a big deal. It's better than exposed wiring. So what I did was underneath, if you can see the wire that runs right here, instead of running it all the way through the side and down the fender, I figured I'd just run it right up underneath the seat, because if I ever go to take the tour pack off, I want to be able to kind of release it quickly. So the connector is underneath the seat here, and I just ran it right through there. It looks pretty clean. There was not room underneath this panel to mount that little module, that control module for that light, so I actually ended up running it underneath the seat. There was a little bit of room under there, and I just kind of made it work. So that's it. The next thing to do is to fire this thing up and see what it looks like. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. Again, if you want to see more about this Yamaha Striker, I've got a full build breakdown. I'll leave a link in the description. Also, if you want to see any of the information about any of these other motorcycles you see in here, I have a video on every single one of them. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video. And if you can, check out our website, signmeupdesigns.net. We got some pretty cool stuff we offer up for sale. And if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram. It's _Brian Rogers, where you can kind of get an inside scoop on what goes on before I post videos to YouTube. So thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.